Hey guys, what is going on? My name is NoJ456, and the Mob of the Dead sneak preview just aired on Xbox, and I'm going to be breaking down all the gameplay footage we got. We have a ton of new stuff to show you guys. But the first thing I wanted to show you guys right here is that there's a new zombie HUD, and as you can see, the little kind of eye-looking symbol symbolizes the afterlife, and there's going to be a lot of things that tie into this, and but just know that that symbol symbolizes the afterlife, and there's just a new HUD. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, the numbers and the ammo that you have has its own custom look, but we're just going to go ahead and play this, and they do actually a really good job of explaining a lot of it. They don't leave it up to be cryptic or anything, but we're going to be stopping it quite a bit, so let's go ahead and play it, and just I can't wait for you guys to see this. It's insane.
We really did a lot of pushing to really enhance that psychological horror aspect that we're really looking for, and this is a really good opportunity to really tell something special.
Like I got stuck right through the gates of hell!
Okay, so if we slow this down and back this up, there's a couple really interesting things, and the first is that there is a Tommy gun. You still have the afterlife thing in your HUD with a little 1 mark by it. I'm guessing that this afterlife thing means like you have 1 afterlife left and then you just kind of die normally. I'm not sure about that, but obviously the thing that's in the middle of your screen that's very important is the special equipment, and I know that this is the special equipment because if you pause it right here, you can actually see what's sticking out of the nuke, and if you look in your bottom right hand corner, you have a little piece of equipment that looks almost exactly like that. And I'm guessing how this works is you throw it somewhere near a power up, a nuke, a max ammo or something, and it drags it back to you and then catches the zombie on fire, as you can see here by the red explosion. And this is just really interesting, and I'm betting it's going to make for some really good stuff, and I think it's part of the Easter egg. But going to the next thing, as you can see here, it says by the gondola, and I'm guessing this is just a way to transport around the map, and as you can see, there's some zombies running up. And the other thing that I want to point out is that actually on the HUD, it'll show you what character you are. It says that in this one that you are Weasel, and the other one it said you are Finn. But if you look in the afterlife thing, it actually says 0. So we do know that this does count down. It is not permanent, but everything else about the HUD looks about the same. But yeah, we're gonna play a little bit more. Just I'm super excited. Here we go.
This time around, I feel like it's been identified that there are these side missions that you're gonna go out and try to accomplish. Al and the rest of the groups put together this escape plan. But the point is to get the parts.
Pausing this so we can look at it and break it down, there's a couple different things on here. The first is the symbol that I want to talk about that symbolizes the afterlife. Everything that you've seen about the afterlife has this symbol, and it says afterlife equals power, and this symbol, I can't get it out of my head. And this is the escape plans for someone, and the steps are: step 1, find the warden's key; step 2, get the plane parts; step 3, build the plane on the roof; step 4, get the hell off the island. And as you can see, there's a little portal there and a little ghost type thing going through it. So this means that in the afterlife you have to go through these portal things, and you'll actually see some gameplay of this in a minute, and we're actually going to go to the next one real quick
and assemble this plane so they can get off the island.
Okay, so pausing this one so we can look at this one as well. As you can see, afterlife is still a big theme, and afterlife equals power, and you can see on the right hand side there's someone in afterlife shocking this thing, and we see gameplay of this later on. It's not a secret, but if you look in the lower left hand corner, it says a cat has 9 lives, and then there's a dead body, an afterlife kind of image ghost thing coming out of the body. So this may mean you have 9 tries to do something, you have 9 afterlives. As you can see, a little bit above that there is a tower there, and if I had to guess, if there's something that we have to do with the tower, it's going to have to do with this water tower. The water tower in the trailer looked pretty important for something. They showed a couple shots of it, and there's a couple different parts. As you can see, the plane sketch, there's a couple different sides. There's a trap sketch, so there will be traps in this. You see some gameplay of some acid traps, but we're gonna play it on a little bit.
We did something new for the first time. We have actually contextual music that goes off. So that's a first for zombies. And it's all based around this horror thriller aspect.
Every location will have a specific stinger that you hear when you find it, when you discover it, when you start unraveling the story. We start building on the music that you're hearing, and it's really enhancing that experience and going along with it in parallel.
Okay, so we've seen this image before. It's been really low quality, but if you look closely on the right-hand side, we actually see this gun later in the trailer, so we'll talk about it then. On the left-hand side, you actually see the special weapon. I think this is exactly what we saw at the beginning of the trailer. If you want to rewind it to that part, this is the thing that will grab the nukes, the max ammos, insta-kills and stuff, and bring them back to you. It looks like an axe type of thing. It's kind of hard to see, but if you look in the middle, this looks like the new perk that we'll actually see later in the trailer as well, and then obviously you have the ray gun. So, I mean, there's not much to say else about this because it kind of explains everything except for that special weapon, which I'm guessing is what we saw earlier in the trailer. So we're going to play a little bit more.
Because we wanted to embrace this kind of horror thriller element, we wanted character actors, guys who could really embody someone and then convey emotion. So that's why we went for guys like Ray Liotta, getting in that kind of guy, you know, we wanted the frantic nature. So he plays a character called Billy Handsome, who's this kind of psychopath who would be employed by the mob to kill people in interesting ways. Chaz Palminteri, he plays a guy called Sal DeLuca, an old mob boss. Michael Madsen playing Finn O'Leary. He's kind of worked himself from the floor, you know, from the streets. He's got his hands dirty in the blood and the guts a couple of times. And then we had Joe Pantoliano, and he plays Arthur Arlington, who's nicknamed the Weasel.
Those guys, they bring a quality and a subtlety and timing that you can't really identify or try to recreate.
All right, so that's a whole bunch of character exposition that we already knew about, and if you look closely past the shocking, this is actually from someone in Afterlife. You'll see gameplay of that still in a second, but as you can see, the axe is hitting a zombie. It looks like it's flying to the next zombie and then coming back to you, and this kind of even more confirms that the axe can be used to maybe hit things and then bring them back to you, or you can just kill zombies with it and it'll come back to you. But we're not really sure how this works. This is just my theory on what this special equipment is and what it actually does, but we're gonna play a little bit more.
You start.
In that span, we got some more goodies. As you can see, if you look closely in the top left, you might have to rewind it, but as you can see, the dog goes into the wall, and we'll see more of the dog in just a second. We'll see a close-up in a second, but there we saw a fan trap and the new wonder weapon. It looks like it's something that shoots a spray of something and it explodes, and as you can see, here's the dog that we know nothing about, but it looks like it's friendly to you and kills zombies for some reason. But just kind of going through all that again, as you can see, the dog is disappearing. We actually see the fan trap, we see the new wonder weapon, and then we see the dog eating a zombie. So we're going to play a little bit more. This is just so much information. I'm loving it. But we'll play a little bit more. Here we go.
Start off in the Afterlife mode, and that's just going to be, you know, what's going on. You're going to try to solve the mystery from the second you start.
Afterlife, to me, brings a new element, like a new puzzle element. It forces me to think a little bit more or look for the clues or kind of think of zombies on a slightly deeper level.
And here is our first look at Afterlife. As you can see, you have the symbol there, you have the Afterlife symbol, and it looks like the cage is glowing there, the zombies ignore you, and as you can see, there's a little Afterlife symbol with an arrow pointing to it, and that is, I'm guessing, your character, and as you can see, you can run over here and start shocking all the zombies, and it looks like it kills all of them. Now, I'm not sure what they're attacking in that little image there, but as you can see, you're shocking the zombies, and it looks like two of the characters are sitting on the ground, and I'm guessing the one with the Afterlife symbol above it is you. And here's a little image of the cage again, and walking through it just in Afterlife mode. And I'm not sure when this will actually happen, but it did say that you do start off in Afterlife mode, and the entire thing is a puzzle. So I'm guessing they're focusing a lot on the Easter egg. So I'd actually be surprised at this point if they have another tower Easter egg. I think they're gonna have something better. But we're going to play a little bit more. There's still more to come.
You see clues throughout the map that tell you, ooh, perhaps if I'm in the afterlife, I can interact with this object, or there's some...
Just real quick here, here's more footage of the afterlife, and here are the portals that they were talking about on the little plan screen, if you back it up when I talked about that, and they actually had a picture of this gauge with the power on it. As you can see, the power thing is blue, so I'm guessing you can only charge this up in afterlife mode using your electricity, but this is definitely part of the Easter egg, and definitely part of escaping. So we're going to play a little bit more.
Puzzle going on here that I need to be in the afterlife.
Back east, I whacked a dirty dentist with one of these. Took forever, too.
Alcatraz has a Civil War kind of fort background before it turned into a penitentiary. And so we had this kind of backstory, the idea that the warden would have collected Civil War weaponry. And one of them is a Blundergat. It's a fictional weapon, but the idea of the combination between a blunderbuss and a Gatling gun. And possibly, there might be a way of upgrading it to a more fantastical weapon that the players may find.
We all gotta go sometime. You just went now.
There's
And here we have our wonder weapon, the Blundergat, and I don't know about you guys, but this looks pretty sick to me. Basically, I'm guessing it's like a shotgun minigun or something, and it looks like it shoots out all of these sticky darts onto the zombies, and attracts the zombies. As you can see, the zombie on the right running toward it, and then blows them all up in this acid. But if you look in the left-hand corner up there, it actually has a key, and if you remember step 1, it said find the warden's key. So this is an actual first step in Mob of the Dead. But here we go. We're getting close.
one main zombie, one big zombie that's going to come through and wreak havoc on your life. He'll lock down the perk machine, he'll close down the box, so you have to pay to get that open again. So you don't want him to interfere with your process.
Now's a good time to pick a fight.
It's a fun challenge. It keeps things moving forward.
In terms of perks, we have a new perk called Electric Cherry. When you reload, it gives a shock around you, which scales over time.
I was asking for it, greaseball.
And continuing with the reveals, the first thing I want to point out here is it looks like on every single speed cola machine, the new perk, every single perk, it has this little voltage thing on the side of it. As you can see there on the left-hand side of the perk machine, there's a big zombie locking down the perk machine so you can't get it. And it looks like you might have to charge these things up in Afterlife before you can buy perks and stuff. So this will be a new interesting aspect. And he runs over here, and the guy actually says now would be a good time to kill you or something like that. So I don't know if that's actually significant or it's just one of the random quotes that the characters say throughout it, but as you can see, he shoots him and kind of a big red explosion and the zombie dies. So that's about all for that. And the other thing is the new perk, Electric Cherry, and basically this one's pretty simple. As soon as you reload, it will electrocute him, and as you can see there on the voltage thing on the right, you can see that it's charged all the way up and it has that blue Afterlife arrow, and if you look in the Afterlife symbol that's on the HUD again, it's a 0 this time. So I'm not sure what causes that Afterlife to be either 1 or 0. It looks like those are the only 2 that it can be. Here's a little slow motion footage of the Electric Cherry working, and as you can see, it kills that zombie, and it's a one-hit kill on round 9. So I'm guessing this would be pretty powerful, and he actually says that it does scale on the round, so this might be pretty useful for the rest of it. But here we go.
There's so much to experience in this map. Every time I play it, there's a new tactic to take, a new experience, a new objective to go for. But there's also this layer of things that we aren't exactly exposing to the players right off the bat and will need to be discovered.
Don't let me go. Is it the calling we hear?
We've got the undead in there, we've got these historical elements, and these fantastic actors all seem to be with peace with each other in this kind of same world. So it's magical, and our team is incredibly excited by it.
Is it the calling we hear? How do we know?
And I don't know about you guys, but I actually got chills listening to that last part. That was just absolutely crazy. So that was the entire breakdown of that 6-minute thing. And if you guys did enjoy this, please leave a like on this. I've spent so much time breaking this out, and I need to know if you guys like this content. And let me know in a comment below if you have any questions about any of it. But that's about it. See you guys next time.